Hi guys, my name is Tom from Screenburn. We are a Facebook video on demand platform. So what we do is we enable the sale of film and television from a Facebook page. I'm going to just begin by showing you how this application works. Okay, so here's the application itself. So as you saw, you click the Watch Now button, you get straight through to the application. It's a template-based application. It's a white label application. So here the user can begin just by watching the trailer, which we'll show you in a sec. Underneath there, you've got the synopsis. Underneath that, you've got the comments functionality. So after you've watched the film, you can say, you know, this was great, love this scene, etc., etc. On the right-hand side, you have the sharing functionality. So you have like, share, and tweet. And then most importantly, the Watch Now button there as well. So let's begin just by watching the trailer briefly. This embeds through to YouTube. You can full screen that. You can put it in HD. And then if we just skip forward to the end of the trailer, you'll notice that the user gets automatically prompted to purchase the content. If you don't want to watch the trailer, if you know you love Paul McCartney's concert so much you want to watch it immediately, just hit, I know, yeah, you do. Just hit the Watch Now button. It takes you through to the payment page, accept the terms, and then you can go ahead and pay by Facebook credits or with PayPal. We take a 30% commission on all content sold. So it's a very scalable platform as well. We don't charge a setup fee. It can be enabled nice and easily, and we just take a rev share on all content sold. What actually happens is anytime someone watches a film on the platform, it automatically shares that in their newsfeed. So as you can see here, in the top example, Stefan watched this particular film on Screenburn. His friends can then go ahead and watch that film, make a purchase from there. So it enables the content to grow virally across the network as well. Instead of simply embedding the YouTube trailer in the newsfeed, we have a mini version of the player, which you can see at the bottom there, which not only includes the trailer, it also includes the Watch Now link as well, so they can go ahead and purchase it from there. What we find is that most of the traffic actually comes from the newsfeed itself. The general user behavior is they go to a film's Facebook page, they click the watch, they like it, and then they don't generally return to that page. So they expect just to get the updates in the newsfeed, which is exactly what we do. That's the end of my presentation, so I'd welcome any questions.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I work with a lot of independent documentary makers. So could an independent put this up on their own Facebook page?
Yeah, exactly. And we primarily deal with independents. So we launched the platform in November of last year. We primarily started with independents like Soda Pictures is a distributor you may be aware of that released Confession of the Child of the Century. Released around 70 films on the platform. Most of those have been independents. And that's where it works well because independent film isn't widely distributed elsewhere. And our biggest sellers have been independent documentaries. So yeah, we're increasingly dealing with the larger content owners at the moment, but still I would say the core business is still with the independents.
Does it have a anti-piracy thing so it can't be downloaded?
Yeah, so it's an encrypted stream, so it can't be ripped from the browser. DRM is something else which is quite complicated, but yeah, it's encrypted.
This is a bit of a Daily Mail question, but how do you deal with ratings?
So the internet doesn't actually require any kind of certification, but we obviously have a moral obligation to make sure that no one accesses it. No one can use Facebook if they're under 13. We do have a box that says, you know, I'm over 18 if it's an 18 film. And generally, from our point of view, we wouldn't accept any film that's particularly violent or explicit anyway. So we would shy away from those anyway. We don't want to get into hot water there either.
As Facebook is a social media or network, can people watch at the same time?
Yeah, sure. It's something that comes up quite a lot. Like, do you want to watch it at the same time as your friend the other side of the world and then chat about it? Excuse me. I think whilst it's a nice idea, the logistics of that are fairly complex, and I don't think the usability would be that great. What we have potentially looked at doing is watching with, chatting with anyone that's watching it at the same time, whether it's your friend or not. So then you don't necessarily have to sync up with your friend, you know, down the road and make sure you're both watching at the same time.
Right. Thanks. Thank you, Tom.
Thanks very much. Cheers.